Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Chayamudirayet
Tato Jayamudirayet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke
Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavatir Naishtiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, verse 26. Gataswartam imam deham
Gata Swartam Imam Deham
virakto mukta bandhana
Virakto Mukta Bandhana
avijñata gati jahyat
Avigyat Katir Jahyat
savai dhira udahrita.
Savai Dhira Udaharata
Gataswartam imam deham
Gata Swartam Imam Deham
virakto mukta bandhana
Virakto Mukta Bandhana
avijñata gati jahyat
Avigyat Gatir Jahyat
savai dhira udahrita.
Savai Dhira Udaharata
Gataswartam imam deham
Gata Swartam Imam Deham
virakto mukta bandhana
Virakto Mukta Bandhana
abhignata gati jahyat
Avigyat Gatir Jahyat
savai dhira udahrita.
Savai Dhira Udaharata.
Translation and purport by Srivan Giri Sabai Charnaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Synonyms. Gatasva artham, without being properly utilized.
Gatasva Artham, without being properly utilized.
Imam, this.
Imam, this.
Deham, material body.
Deham, material body.
Virakta, indifferently.
Virakta, indifferently.
Mukta, being freed.
Mukta, being freed.
Bandhana, from all obligations.
Bandhana, from all obligations.
Avijñata gati, unknown destination.
Avigyata Gati, unknown destination.
Jashyat, one should give up this body.
Jayat, one should give up this body.
So, such a person.
So, such a person.
Why? Certainly.
Why, certainly.
Dhira, undisturbed.
Dhira, undisturbed.
Udahrita is said to be so.
Udarata is said to be so.
Translation, please repeat after me. He is called undisturbed, who goes to an unknown.
He is called undisturbed, who goes to an unknown,
remote place and
freed
from all obligations, quits his material body when it has become useless. Purport.
Narottam Das Thakur, a great devotee and acharya of Gaudiya Vaishnava sect, has sung, "My Lord, I have simply wasted my life. Having obtained the human body, I have neglected to worship your lordship, and therefore I have willingly drunk poison." In other words, the human body is specially meant for cultivating knowledge of devotional service to the Lord, without which life becomes full of anxieties and miserable conditions. Therefore, one who has spoiled his life without such cultural activities is advised to leave home without knowledge of friends and relatives, and being thus freed from all obligations of family, society, country, etc. Give up the body at some unknown destination so that others may not know where and how he has met his death. Dhira means one who is not disturbed even when there is sufficient provocation. One cannot give up a comfortable family life due to his affectionate relation with wife and children. Self-realization is obstructed by such undue affection for family, and if anyone is at all able to forget such a relation, he is called undisturbed or dhira. This is, however, the path of renunciation based on a frustrated life. But stabilization of such renunciation is possible only by association with bona fide saints and self realized souls, by which one can be engaged in the loving devotional service of the Lord. Sincere surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord is possible by awakening the transcendental sense of service. This is made possible by association with pure devotees of the Lord. Dhritarashtra was lucky enough to have a brother whose very association was a source of liberation for this frustrated life.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanati Miradasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pathaka Swamin Niti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradhayine Gaurakata Dhamathaya Nagara Grama Tharine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Hare Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayatagiri Matkripatamam and the Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paravananda Madhav Sri Chaitanya Mishra. So this is a very wonderful advice by Vidura to Dhritarashtra, because Vidura knows this Dhritarashtra, he is not only birthed by blind, he is also blind onto the spiritual aspect of the original life of a human being or any living entity. For that reason, this Dhritarashtra cannot be engaged in direct devotional service despite he had direct association with Lord Sri Krishna. He was very unfortunate. However, Dhritarashtra is fortunate because at least to such a condemned person also, there is an association, glimpse of association of a pure devotee like Vidura, so that he get a, he get a path for salvation at the least. So this is the final advice of Vidura to Dhritarashtra out of affection as a brother. And Vidura is naturally a devotee and he cannot see the fallen condition, soul suffering. That is why when he was in the Yamaraj, Vidura is an incarnation of Yamaraj. Yamaraj is one of the spiritual authority, Yamahajana. So when the sinful people, they're committing offenses and sinful activities and coming to Yamaraj for getting the punishment to obtain another body according to their desire. and their sinful activities throughout life that they did. Yamaraj was feeling very painful, paradukha dukhi, because Yamaraj is naturally a Vaishnava. So he was feeling very sad for the souls who are in the bodily concept committing mistake and coming to him for judgment. He had a desire that they have to be preached to become Krishna conscious and go back home, back to Godhead. So he had a desire to preach. So for that reason, the Lord, who is in the form of Paramatma, who sanctions the desire of even the forgotten souls and conditioned souls and envious souls and atheists, then what to speak of his own devotees? So he sanctioned the desire. So the Manduka Muni would curse him, and Yamaraj will hand over the duty to Aryama and come back to take birth as Vidura in order to preach. So in order to preach at those times, 5,000 years ago, you have to get birth in the royal family or a Brahmana family. So Vidura got birth in the royal family, though to Shudra but to Vyasadeva. His father here as Vidura, his father is Vyasadeva. So the beautiful opportunities have been provided to Vidura for preaching. And Vidura, because in order to preach, even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Swayam Krishna himself, he has descended here, but for preaching, he has accepted a bona fide spiritual master. You cannot preach if you don't have a bona fide spiritual master. Where from will you get the empowerment? So you need to be initiated. This is one of the most important qualification, so that a human being, when he got the human life, the living entity, can at least, step up himself towards spiritual progress. So he needs to accept a bona fide spiritual master. So the Lord has arranged for Vidura to be, what is it called? Exiled from the country, Duryodhana. Taking this opportunity, Vidura immediately started wandering on all the pilgrimage places. He came across his spiritual master, Maitreya Muni, and he heard all the instructions of Krishna and pastimes of Krishna, acquired all the required knowledge, and thus connected to the unbroken chain of disciplic succession. He came back now to Hastinapura, and he started preaching about the activities of Krishna to Pandavas, as well as now to Dhritarashtra. So, thus Vidura's desire also getting fulfilled, that he wanted to preach. And here, the purpose of obtaining a human body is to perform devotional service. You see, he is Yamaraj, but still he has to get a human form of life in order to perform pure devotional service. This is very important. That's one of the reasons why people in Vaikuntha are standing in line now. And then the demigods in the upper planetary systems are also looking for an opportunity to come and take birth as a human being at this time of ours, when this Hare Krishna movement is going on everywhere. They all want to take part in this Hare Krishna movement. That is the reason why Srila Prabhupada said the next generation kids will be Vaikuntha kids. So where will the Vaikuntha kids can get birth? Nobody on the material plane is qualified. But Prabhupada has transformed. Guru Maharaj is transforming continuously a lot of fallen conditioned souls into a pure Vaishnava, pure devotee, by initiating them and giving them practice and situation to practice Krishna consciousness. In this way, lots and lots of devotees who marries another devotee or marrying and becoming a devotee, they beget children. These children will not be ordinary children. These people who are standing in line in Vaikunthas, they will come and take birth here in the womb of only the devotee mothers. So this is a divine arrangement by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Divine arrangement. This is not ordinary. This has to be understood. So every devotee who is married should give opportunity to these Vaikunta kids, doing proper Garbhodana Samskara, and pray to Lord Jagannath that please give a Krishna conscious, long living, healthy, intelligent Suputra or Suputri. So this is the prayer that they put before the Lord, and the Lord gives chance to one of the Vaikunta kid to take place in the house. And you can imagine how their life would be when the Vaikunta man is taking birth. So this is we are witnessing, this is no more story or pastimes. This is the witnessing pastime. Now in your house also you can welcome Vaikunta man. So this is very rarer than the rarest, but it has become very casual here because of the wonderful pure devotees like Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So, in our Acharya Parampara, Narottam Das Thakur has very beautifully sung a song that, my Lord, I have simply wasted my life. Having obtained the human body, I have neglected to worship your Lordship, and therefore I willingly drank poison. One should understand that Janya Sunya Vishakainu, Radha Krishna na Bhajiya. So this is our position, that we have got this human body, and the human body is not meant for sense gratification like cats and dogs are doing. Human body is meant for begetting Krishna conscious children and giving them opportunity to practice Krishna conscious, be Krishna conscious, and preach Krishna conscious. Accept a bona fide spiritual master from where the real life actually begins. That is why they are called Dvija, twice born. We have to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Till the time our life is like cats and dogs only. So we don't want a piety, we don't want any impiety. We want transcendental. So we need association of transcendental pure devotees, both in the house and outside. That is the reason here Narottam Das has been quoted by Srila Prabhupada, that the human body is meant for practicing devotional service. And if you do not practice devotional service, your life will be filled with miseries and anxieties and nothing else. And this is for sure. You can test this by looking at others. Look at the richest man, look at the poorest beggar, look at the most educated one, look at the most reputed one, look at the most beautiful one. Everybody, if not taken to devotion service, their life is filled with anxieties and miserable conditions and nothing else in their life. This is the very harsh truth. And Vidura wanted Dhritarashtra to understand. Dhritarashtra was the emperor of the entire planet. And how miserable and anxiety is filled in his life, and enviousness personified is his form. Just to see. So this kind of position and qualification cannot make a man truly pious or good. Only by the association of a pure devotee, one can become a devotee. And unless otherwise devotional service is begun in one's life, his life is very precarious, just like Dhritarashtra. Prabhupada is quoted in one or two purport before that. At least in Dwapara Yuga, we had seen only one Dhritarashtra. But here in Kali Yuga, at every house there is Dhritarashtra. So this is the situation. So why we want to have a life of anxieties and miseries and sufferings and frustration? Why can't we have even this bad bargain of the human body also can float in the, ocean of ecstasy? By simply getting a glance of Nityananda Prabhu, one can experience what is ecstasy. One can become very powerful than the ever powerful they ever heard. One can become very pure devotee and dear to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they can be engaged in the pure unalloyed loving devotion service without any expense. This is an opportunity opened by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is unlimitedly merciful. He is even more merciful than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which was proven track of records in our Jagai Madai's pastime that we have seen, and there are more. Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes are totally unique and different and very transcendental, and nobody can predict. Even a small boy on whom, if Nityananda Prabhu glances, that boy becomes so ecstatic in love for Krishna, love for Gauranga, and he just pulls out a big tree, which 100 people cannot do that. And casually, as if it's a blade of grass. You can see in ecstatic how powerful they become. Snake cannot kill them. Tiger cannot attack them. Biggest danger of the world cannot touch those particular devotee who had the glance of Nityananda Prabhu. And Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj is a perfect representative, or any ISKCON Guru for that reason, representative of Nityananda Prabhu. And that particular Nitai, whose glance can be received through the bona fide spiritual master. Use this particular association and cultivate Krishna consciousness by performing devotional service in the line of disciplic succession as instructed by the bona fide spiritual master. And here, Dhritarashtra is not at that level of performing devotional service because of his contamination and his past activities. But still, Vidura, as a pure devotee, he wants Dhritarashtra to get rid of all the sinful activities that he has performed. At least that much one can always do, and get out of this particular precarious situation of life. Leave home without knowledge of friends and relatives, and become free from all kind of obligations of family, society, country, everything. We are indebted to every other living entity, and the demigods, like the god of air, god of water, and so on, god of fire. So we are indebted, and in every birth we want to return back that we are indebted loan for our survival of the body. All these 33 crore demigods' help is required, and taking their help, you have to repay them. So again, you have to get birth. This is called entanglement, because in order to repay, you get a birth. And in that birth, while repaying, you are also receiving help. So again, you become indebted. There is no way of any material activities or knowledge that can complete your debt and free you from all the debts. No chance. But there is only one chance, and that is the association of a pure devotee can release you from all the debt that you are indebted, even to the unknown personalities that you are indebted. They will release you within no time. Like Vidura is releasing Dhritarashtra here from all kind of obligations, debts of family, society, country, demigods, and so on and so forth. So in this way, Dhritarashtra is very lucky here that he has received the association of Vidura, especially after Vidura has got a spiritual master. So he can become Dhira. No, there is a chance given to Dhritarashtra. Many chances was given by Vidura. But after accepting spiritual master, when Vidura gives a chance, that has a unique power. So Dhritarashtra will listen. He has never listened in the past. Though Dhritarashtra felt him as his own brother and friend, he had so much of affection for Vidura. But he never listened, because his enviousness and affection towards the partiality of Duryodhana, they overpowered everything. Despite he was an emperor, and Vidura was the advisor to the emperor, he never listened to Vidura's advice. But now, Vidura has got a spiritual master, Maitreya Muni, and now he is advising. Now, Dhritarashtra will listen to him and do according to the direction given by Vidura. So that is the beautiful point. So Dhritarashtra is at least lucky enough that he has got a brother whose very association was a source of liberation for this frustrated life filled with anxieties and miseries. So he can get relief. So let's go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, verse 27. Yasvakat parato veha
Yasvakat parato veha
jata nirveda atmavan
jata nirveda atmavan
hridi kritva rim gehat
Hridi kritva hrim gehat
pravrajet sa narotama
pravrajet sa narotama
yasvakat parato veha
Yasvakat parato veha
jata nirveda atmavan
jata nirveda atmavan
hridi kritva harim gehat
Hridi kritva hrim gehat
pravrajet sa narotama
pravrajet sa narotama
yasvakat parato veha
Yasvakat parato veha
jata nirveda atmavan
jata nirveda atmavan
hridi kritva harim gehat
Hridi kritva hrim gehat
pravrajet sa narotama.
pravrajet sa narotama
Translation put synonyms. Anyone who
Yeah, anyone who
sakat by his own awakening,
by his own swakat by his own awakening
paratava or by hearing from another,
paratava or by hearing from another
iha here in this field,
iha in
here in
this
this world,
iha here in this world
jata becomes
jata becomes
nirvedha, indifferent to material attachment,
nirveda indifferent to material attachment
atmavan consciousness,
atmavan consciousness
hridi within the heart,
Hridi within the heart
kritva having been taken by
Kritva having been taken by
Harim, the personality of Godhead,
Harim, the personality of Godhead
Gehat, from home,
Gehat from home
Prabrajet, goes away.
Pravrajit goes away
So he is
so he
Narotama, the first class human being.
Narottama, the first class human being.
Translation, please repeat after me. He is certainly a first class man
He is certainly a first class man
who awakens and understands
who awakens and understands
either by himself or from others
either by himself or from others
the falsity and misery of this material world
the falsity and misery of this material world
and thus leaves home
and thus leaves home
and depends fully on the personality of God residing within his heart.
and depends fully on the personality of God residing within his heart.
But
Put
There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the Dhira, or the one who is not disturbed by being away from family association, one in the renounced order of life, a sannyasi, by frustrated sentiment, and three, a sincere devotee of the Lord, who awakens God consciousness by hearing and chanting and leaves home depending completely on the personality of Godhead, who resides in his heart. The idea is that the renounced order of life after a frustrated life sentiment in the material world may be the stepping stone on the path of self-realization, but real perfection of the path of liberation is attained when one is practiced to depend fully on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who lives in everyone's heart as Paramatma. One may live in the Scroll up. One may live in the darkest jungle alone out of home, but steadfast devotee knows very well that he is not alone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is with him and he can protect his sincere devotee in any awkward circumstances. One should therefore practice devotional service at home, hearing and chanting the holy name, quality, form, pastimes, encourage, en- encourage, etc. in association with pure devotee, and this practice will help one awaken God consciousness in proportion to one's sincerity of purpose. One who desires material benefits by such devotional activities can never depend on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he sits in everyone's heart. Nor does the Lord use any scroll up. Direction to persons who worship him for material gain. Such materialistic devotees may be blessed by the Lord with material benefits, but they cannot reach the stage of the first class human being. As above mentioned, there are many examples of such sincere devotees in his history of the world, especially in India, and they are our guides on the path of self-realization. Mahatma Vidura is one of the most great devotee of the Lord, and we should all try to follow his lotus footstep for self-realization.
Hari Om Tat Sat. This is a very beautiful advice revealed by Vidura to Dhritarashtra and Prabhupada to us. So, transcendentalists are those who rise above the three modes of material nature and not influenced by Rajogun, Tamogun or Satogun. These people are categorized under three. Firstly, the Dhira, the determined, who will not be disturbed by any kind of kids and kins, family association. They will not be disturbed. Second is one who is renounced. And the third is the pure devotee. So these are all the three levels of transcendentalism. At least these three categories. Out of that, the third category is the best and the ultimate personality, the real Naro Uttama. Because he's a devotee, he used to do only hearing and chanting of the holy names of the Lord, and he used to hear and chant the pastimes of the Lord, instructions of the Lord, entourage of the Lord, and his associates. So like that will be his life completely. And also he'll be preaching the same, just like Vidura. So he's on the third level, a sincere devotee of the Lord. This is the ultimate objective of getting human form of life. Because such a devotee is not depending on donation. He is not depending on earnings. He is not depending on kids and kins. He is not depending on so-called family life and attachments to them. He is completely depending on the personality of God and Lord Sri Krishna. This is the symptom of a pure devotee. And we have live example, many today in this world. Almost all the ISKCON devotees are on this third platform. Srila Prabhupada has not brought us gradually. Okay, first you learn about impersonal Brahman, then you please know there is Paramatma in the heart. No. Prabhupada has directly put us on the pure, unalloyed, loving, devotional service platform by writing books and giving lectures and creating ISKCON and providing opportunities and facilitate us with hearing and chanting the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And Gauranga, Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Sri Vasa, and a lot of associates of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So directly he has put us on the third platform, and we are the proof that there is no need of stepping stone processes. Through the ladder, you climb one at a time. No. Devotional service is always direct devotional service. You are eligible because the pure devotional service requires no eligibility. So we are eligible because we don't have any eligibility. So by seeking the pure association of a pure devotee like Vidura, Mahatma Vidur, or Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada through his books, we can directly engage ourselves on the third here, a sincere devotee of the Lord. And our Krishna consciousness is awakened by association of a pure devotee like the Acharya Parampara, disciplic succession after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Gauranga, and hearing and chanting Krishna's name, Gauranga's name, Panchatattva's name, and their activities and their associates. This is the way. Every day, Guru Maharaj is giving class about the associates of Lord Krishna and Nityananda Prabhu, their wonderful pastimes, how it is impacting on the others, even though they are other ordinary human beings also, how much impact it is bringing in the Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, simply by the glance of Nityananda Prabhu. Whichever direction he casts the glance, in that direction, till the end of the universe and beyond, every living entity becomes filled with ecstasy, love for Gauranga or Krishna. And this Nityananda Prabhu has casted his glance in all direction, all 360-degree, up, down, sideways, around, everywhere. That is called unlimited mercy. And due to which that glance is still working, and we are also gradually coming into Krishna consciousness and experiencing that particular ecstasy. So this is the third category, devotee, who gives exactly, they will represent Nityananda Prabhu and give that ecstasy to others without expecting any qualification, any behavior or any respect or any donation or anything, simply freely. Just like Nityananda Prabhu cast his glance, the representative would also do so and engage us in the pure unalloyed loving devotion service. Because Lord Chaitanya knows everybody's inner core of the heart. He is seated as Paramatma. Sarvam Sukhrutam Bhutanam Hridesh Arjuna Tishtati. He is situated in the heart and he is the well-wisher of all living entities. Otherwise, why should he sit in the heart and direct? You tell me. Without even knowing yourself, he is giving you direction, means he is the supreme well-wisher. Nobody else would do. Anybody is giving you proper guidance, they want you to know that, you see, I am only changing your life. I am only giving you direction. You are happy, you are progressing because of me only. Like that, they want also the credit. But here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya, who is seated as Paramatma in everybody's heart. Nobody knows he is sitting, and he is giving direction from inside, as well as he is providing you a spiritual master outside. Both inside and outside, he only is guiding us. This is the supreme well-wisher. He never need to be exposed. He doesn't need you to know that he is only real well-wisher of you. There are so many others are acting as if they are well-wisher of you, and you also want to depend on them because of your grossly platform. The Lord allows, okay, it's all right. It's all right, your condition. But here I am, the true well-wisher. Samram Sukrudam Bhutanam Hridesh Arjuna Tishtati. Yeyatatmam Prapatyinde Tam Tataiva Jayama. How much you are ready to listen to me, that much you will be benefited. Either as a spiritual master outside or as a Chaitya Guru inside. So this is the beauty of this Panchatattva. They have given us that opportunity directly, the real perfection of the path of what to speak of liberation, the pure unalloyed loving devotional service. It only is available when we hear about and chant and glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead's activities, name, forms, and his qualities, his entourage, his instructions, and everything. Then only we will be able to establish ourselves in the same platform as Nityananda Prabhu desired. So we must fulfill. He is the fulfilling desire of everybody. Now he is desiring that we all should share that ecstasy of love of God and serve Krishna, Gauranga. So we also should fulfill the desire of that personality. And he is seated as Paramatma in the heart and is giving us a chance, is bringing us in front of a spiritual master. We must immediately grab the opportunity. Whenever you are seeking an opportunity to sense enjoyment, immediately you grab it by hook or crook. In the similar way, when the Lord is bringing us in front of a spiritual master, you should grab. That's a supremely, most importantly available, the perfect of the sense gratification. So you should grab that particular spiritual master opportunity and immediately change your life and enjoy in the pure, unalloyed, loving, devotional realm. So that is the purpose of the human form of life, and is also guiding from inside and outside. So this opportunity was, I mean, getting the Krishna Prem was not available. 2 days ago, we had the Govinda Dwadasi in the Shantipur festival. Guru Maharaj all the way went there. And then he has given a wonderful narration about Sri Advaita Acharya, who is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, not Garbhodaka Sai, Kshirogata Sai, Mahavishnu, Karnodara Sai Vishnu, and five-headed Lord Shiva Sadashiv from the spiritual realm. So this is the combined form of Advaita Acharya. So Guru Maharaj said, though he is standing at the Paramatma in everybody's heart, Advaita Acharya thought, Mahavishnu thought, I can give all of them liberation, but I cannot give them Krishna Prem. So first two, the Dhira and renounce, these two levels of renounce, liberation, he can give. But the sincere devotee, by hearing chanting, the Krishna Prem, I cannot give. Who thought? Mahavishnu is thinking. That means, you see, this opportunity was never available before. So Advaita Acharya thought, I cannot give them Krishna Prem. So I want Krishna to come down. Only he can give Krishna Prem. In fact, only Radharani can give, because she has that Krishna Prem. So he invited the Lord with such a desire that please come down to give your prema to all these living entities, which is not even in my hand. Mahavishnu. Just see. So to the cry of Advaita Acharya, all the way Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I mean Krishna, with the Krishna Prem which is held with Radharani, he took the heart and the complexion of Radharani and came down for the call of Advaita Acharya. And then he is now distributing continuously through his bona fide spiritual masters that particular Krishna Prem freely, without any discrimination who is qualified or who is not qualified, because before that there were many stalwart qualified, nobody got that anyway. This time Sakshat Mahavishnu has called the Krishna and asked him to distribute this Krishna Prem, so it is given. So please don't take it ordinarily or one of the incarnation or just Yuga avatar. Krishna Prem is given to individual living entities, not to the Yuga. It is to individual living being. That means Lord's incarnation should be with every living entity, not commonly once Narsingadev comes, Vamana comes, so Kesaridra comes, Rishikesha comes, not like that, common incarnation, no. Or to one person, Prahlad alone, no. But this time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has incarnated in the holy name of the Lord. Everybody can hear the holy name. The incarnation has entered through the heart into the soul to them. So in this way, to every individual living entities, he is incarnating through the holy name. Chanting and hearing is the only process to get an incarnation of the Lord or the Lord himself in your personal life. And when the Lord is there in your personal life, not just in the form of Paramatma that you already have, but the true Krishna, which Mahavishnu also cannot give, that particular Krishna Prem, that is awakened in your heart, then there is nothing else that you can hanker for, either in this material world or in the spiritual world. So this golden opportunity is given to all of us through performing devotion service. So the best of the best that you can do with this conditioned state of human body is perform devotional service without any hankering for material needs. You don't need to think of any demands of material needs. Simply perform out of affection the devotional service of hearing and chanting and propagating the holy name of the Lord to others, and that's all. You are extraordinarily successful. That success which no one ever have achieved in the past, in the history of existence of the universe, either as a Mahamunis or so-called devotees or whatever level. Only now it is possible. So we got very fortunately this opportunity. So please do take advantage of this and don't run behind self-realization, jnana, impersonal Brahman, seeing Paramatma. All these things are, inferior to what Mahavishnu has given by calling Krishna directly and gave something that even Mahavishnu himself cannot give. This opportunity has never happened before. So please do realize this and then take advantage of Krishna consciousness and regularly attend Bhagavatam class, chant the holy name, and be Krishna conscious and preach Krishna consciousness. So this is the purport of the purport. Thank you very much. Anybody has any questions or realizations or comments? Please do share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So we'll continue Srimad Bhagavatam tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock after the chanting the holy name of the Lord. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Haribol.
Patita Pavan Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Haribol.
Haribol. But in Kali Yuga, we have to work out for salaries and all. So we are considered as a devotee or something.
In Kali Yuga, we work hard for
salaries, money and all.
Yeah, that in every yuga, not only in Kali Yuga. In every yuga, because we have accepted the human body, we have to deal with it in order to maintain the human body. But after working and earning the money, when you are spending the money to become Krishna consciousness and preach Krishna consciousness, that work what you have done, worked hard for earning money, that becomes devotional service, transcendental. You are released from the karmic reaction. So you have nothing to worry. One who has spiritual master has nothing to worry.
Okay, Jayo. Haribol.
Jai. Thank you. Good question. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you. So let us. So Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai. Vaishnava pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhishcha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo namo namaha. Nirandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you very much. Jai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari.